Hello everyone and welcome back for week 6 of the English 1510 A8109. Going to be going through quick review here on some of these things. The week 5 has already been moved down to that other place in the schedule. My apologies folks, I was trying to get everything up for everybody. It's been a little disjointed still. Some people have everything up, some people have only a couple of things. Just please remember, if you're doing anything you're finalizing, remember with anything that you didn't have feedback on prior, I take that into consideration when I'm doing final grading. Remember with drafts, I put most of the rough draft memoir credit in. Summary outlines and diagnostics are posted. For some students that you just got about another 24-48 hours on some of those, and then the end of the week for the rest of them be totally caught up in your class. But I'm almost there. I just need to publish some, and I apologize for the couple of the audio files that didn't work. It's not as common as it used to be. It's happened before, but I didn't think anymore that would be a factor. Still, it's just been a little bit. So that I did put those ones back up for there were 5 or 6 on the students of the diagnostics that you weren't able to view because of the audio that just didn't work. I just said error message. Those should be addressed, but the other ones, so just keep an eye open for those. But anything on there, I always take that into consideration when I'm doing grading. And remember with the memoirs, once you see your final draft grade posted up for the memoir final draft, everybody who needs to will have the opportunity to do a rewrite on those. I'll post those on yours if you need to do a rewrite, if I think it'd be advantageous because I marked things on the summary outline or maybe even on the rough draft that I think you should address. I will mark those on there and everybody will have the opportunity to rewrite those and then get further credit. Now, I can't say that about rhetorical analysis because we have varied things there, and most of the time now, by the time we're in this stage, we're looking at you using, remember, ASC tutoring and the peer review forums on here. Now, to the peer review forum, speaking of that, I think that the forum was only open for the viewing and then you guys didn't see it in your calendar, so I think it should be all up and everything on there. If people don't see it this evening, let me know, but just remember, you can post those in there, put your draft into the discussion board. I have that up here with the peer review availability. Everybody should be able to go into this and post those, post yours, review of classmates. Remember to post them right away. I'm obviously not marking anything as late for your posting. Just everybody try and get your post in there by tonight or tomorrow night so that classmates can go review by Thursday, that you can review a classmates for the peer review. And then remember, it remains open for viewing. You just can't submit anything. So you'll be submitting now and then reviewing up through Thursday, and then you'll have the weekend of it still open while you're doing a finalization on the drafting portion for final draft on these. And it'll be the same thing. I'll try and post up as much as I can on summary outline. Those ones, it should be up. I already have 4 of them up for your class, and I think 18 to go. I think I had 22 submissions total on the rhetorical analysis. But just make sure that you guys are watching for those and continue on down the road. Anything that needs to be adjusted and addressed, if there's an individual student who I still see some problems with those, and it's the result of me not having feedback on there, I will contact you and work with you on doing any type of revision or additional credit on something like that is necessary. But please make sure that you're adhering to the tutoring recommendations from diagnostics. That everybody, remember, you need to use ASC at least one time. And again, if you go here under student services, you can contact them there. Start now using them for drafting stages if you haven't already. And if you get a YTR 2 or 3, remember that means use them as often as possible. Once drafting stage with the YTR 2, if you get to YTR 3, that's recommending all drafting stages. Every draft you should be considering using the ASC. I do see, now that we're into memoir and now into rhetorical analysis, there are a few students who I told you I was on the fence about your writing in the YTR 1 to 2, 3 stages. The majority of those students, it's tipping towards the latter. So if I said I was on the fence with 1 or 2, you're leaning towards 2, and the ones 2 to 3, you're leaning towards 3. Meaning, it does seem like there are an abundance of sentence level issues for some of you, grammar mechanics and things like that we don't necessarily go through in here. This should be more content-based related feedback. So if you're struggling in those areas, use the tutoring. The forms, you guys can send them to me yourself, or they can forward me the email confirmations that they've been completed from the ASE, and I will mark extra credit at the end of the semester in the categories that benefit each student the most positively. Okay, so thinking about those, the one other thing there would be this in terms of rhetorical analysis. Remember, the majority of the rhetorical devices are imagery, music, voiceover narration, captions, celebrity presenter or spokesperson, expert in the videos, things like that. You shouldn't be having to struggle too much on these guys. Those ones I just named are the staples in most of them. I've only seen 2 ads from students in this class that didn't have some variation of those, if not all of those, in their piece. And you're still talking about other things, like trying to use humor as one. Humor can certainly be a device, but if you have all those other things, more than likely humor is bound up in something else that's going on there. And remember that the appeal is through an emotional outlet, emotional appeals that's dealing with some kind of device. It could be a celebrity presenter who's a comedian, and the appeal is humorous. You could have both of an ethos appeal because of their credibility, but also an emotional appeal because they're a funny comedian and the people laugh and get attracted to both the ad and the product or thing that's being advertised just based off of that favorability of that person. So remember, there can be more than one appeal, right? So in any event, make sure that you guys get onto those. This week is week 6. So we're looking at research papers, 2 different components to the research paper this week. It's going to be finalizing your rhetorical analysis. Again, make sure you participate in the peer forum, review forum, and then watch for my feedback on summary outline. And then for the research paper, this week, in terms of readings, I said on here for readings, there's nothing out of your books, but full text available, peer-reviewed articles from OCC databases on your topics. And now this week we have our first video. So you have 2 videos to watch. Research and MLA citation for argumentation videos. You're going to be watching MLA citations on here, and then library success seminar, how to find articles. Those are both listed here in the content file. So if you go over here to the side for the videos, those will pop up. It's the first 2 on here. Oh, sorry. Nope. You're going to have getting to know and how to find MLA citation and those. Okay, so it's in a different organization pattern. Let's see, go back to those. Oh yeah, so second 2. So yeah, MLA citations from library and the library success seminar, citations and how to find articles. So make sure you go into there, MLA citations. Okay, so your MLA citations down here, both of those. MLA citations and how to find articles. So it's the second 2 that are listed on here first. Make sure you watch both of those. And then the readings, what it's referring to is we're starting a new topic, and you guys have to pick one, and then you got to research your topic. So your first thing, you're submitting your final draft. That's the one. But you guys note, that's due Monday, not Sunday. These 2, get those in first while you're working on the new assignment, and then get that one in by Monday at 11:30. So up here in the Dropbox for the new pieces, there are 2 different ones. You're going to see the instructions are very similar in them. And I include the instructional video that overviews this. The topics you guys have to pick from are right here. Pick from one of these topics, and then you're going to research these in our OCC databases. The first piece that you're doing in this Dropbox is this summary with working thesis. So on here, you're going to fill this out in full sentences, 3rd person only. Remember, 3rd person objective viewpoint. You will not be saying I, you will not be saying you or we or me. Okay, it's all 3rd person objective. Fill in each one of these categories after you've done research so that you have real things to talk about from your topic, and then give a working thesis, a potential one that will carry through to the end of your paper and be the thesis statement for the paper you write. If this is done correctly, most of you will end up having your intro paragraph information already done just from this template here. Okay, that's piece number 1 for this week. And piece number 2, that's in the next Dropbox, read through all these instructions, and then go here to the next Dropbox. Come on. To the second Dropbox on this one, primary points of support. And what you're doing there is downloading this document, and you're filling this one out as well, and this will be, once you've done some of your research, this is going to be 3 different topic sentences for body paragraphs. So potentially at the starting point, we should have a summary, a variation of the intro with a working thesis completed on the other template, and on this one, 3 full statements of topic sentences, and then you're going to take this works cited title, read these instructions, you're going to move this to the top of the next page. Once you've completed those topic sentences, you're going to move this to the top of the next page, and you're not going to move it beforehand. You're going to fill these in first because this is all going to move down. Then you'll move this to the top of the next page, and you'll start on the left-hand margin, and you will do at least 5 fully formatted MLA text, MLA formatted sources for 5 preliminaries that you're going to be using for this. So at least 5 peer-reviewed articles from OCC databases that have to be included here. Once those are both completed, you're going to submit those both this week, and I will be reviewing those and responding to those right away next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. You guys will have a couple of overlap weeks with some of these things, but a lot of this you're going to have plenty of time to work on the different components. Just make sure you get this one done. You got your music therapy, what is it and how does it work, health outcomes and environment, scientific literacy, media literacy, daily exercise, what are the most significant benefits of daily exercise, both physical and mental. Now, gives you a lot of ways that you can tailor these, but the primary topics are all the same. Music therapy, health outcomes and environment, scientific literacy, media literacy, and the impact of daily exercise. So, what you have to do, following all those instructions, make sure you watch the videos and you read everything in those drop boxes, and then you will be going up here to your, student services and going to library. Once you've watched those videos and you've done all that work for the week, you're beginning your research here. So let's say we're going to go with, well, in here, I got this one on here. We'll do scientific literacy. Scientific literacy in healthcare. No, we don't need that right now. We'll do scientific literacy. And let's say this is our starting point. We'll do scientific literacy. We'll do a general search. We will see we get 11,000 articles or 11,000 sources. So we want to do a couple of things for our refining our results. We're not going to go into advanced search just yet. Week 1, it's enough to do this. We can go full text available, peer-reviewed journals. I don't have to tailor it to any campus, but I might want to go and narrow this field. And let's say I go 1990, excuse me, I'll go 1995 and keep it at that, and then I will do apply filters. And now everything that I get in my results will be full text available, meaning the full thing is available through my online access through the school. Peer reviewed means that they've already passed peer reviewed, means other experts in the field have reviewed those things. And then I can go through and look at all these and know that it's from, why did it tailor to 1940? We don't want that. We want to refine that one more time. Apply that filter. Refine. 1990. Okay, so that lowers us a little more. Okay, so now we're down to 7,500 sources. But in any event, we look through these, and let's say scientific literacy and social transformation. Let's say this is one of the pieces that I end up using. I want to go here, and I want to be able to use this source. I can do a couple of things. I click on this. I can go to my online access, right? If I go to my online access, I should be able to access the actual file itself and the document, the article. And if I can access the article, that means I can read the article, right? So it'll give me sources like this that I can go to and click, view this record or educational source. If I click on that and I'm from home, if I'm not logged in already, it will prompt you to log back in. It'll log in through your same username and password you do for OCC. Now, let's say this ends up being one of the sources I want to use. Well, then I'm going to go to my citation function, and I'll see here it's giving me MLA 8th edition. That's what I want. So I would copy this here. And note, folks, if it's the correct source, and it's from our databases, they should include these DOIs now. Okay? Most of them should include those DOIs. If this is done correctly, I'm able to go through and source my content. I'm able to go through and go back to my primary source documents, and I can use these that one there can be one of my first ones that I use. Let's say on, for instance, if I were going to go through here and I'm going to go